What up? My name is Ryan Babel, and you're watching JLB Sports TV.
Hey everybody, welcome to JLB Sports TV. I am Justin Block, joined by my good friend Greg Vizone. He's back with us for another video. Today Liverpool won 4-3 at the Britannia. They beat Stoke in what was Liverpool's first ever Premier League win at the Britannia. Big surprise there, I didn't know that fact. Now going into the match, we saw a couple changes in the side. We saw Gerrard come back into the starting 11, and that actually meant Lucas, for some reason, started next to Henderson, and we saw Steven Gerrard actually play as that pivot. I thought that was a weird move because Lucas isn't really a box-to-box type who you want going forward in the final third. But
what do you think? I think the whole move was meant as a ball winner. You get him there, you win the ball higher up.
Yeah, but I think maybe in that case, why not just put Henderson ahead of Lucas and Gerrard?
I think the move was meant to have Gerrard play as the deep liar to facilitate passes from deep, and then you have Lucas up there. Not play as the last man in front of the defense, but to win the ball higher up the pitch and get started on the counter-attack.
And Lucas didn't do terribly in the final third either. He actually led Liverpool in final third passing, 14 out of 17. Not bad there, but it just shows that maybe Liverpool need to address central midfield in this transfer window. We'll talk about that later. But when you have Lucas, I guess, running box to box and getting to the byline in the final third, that's not desirable. And then Sissoko kept his place and got skinned by Charlie Adam repeatedly.
He had to keep his place. Nobody else was going to play there. You had Toure show his experience at the back next to Skirtle.
We saw Martin Skirtle move to right center back, which might be a more comfortable position for him. I'm not really sure.
I think that he's always been dodgy, right. But it's just you have to play the cards you dealt
right.
with.
And then we had the same front three. And I can't say enough about Raheem Sterling starting on right wing. He's just come so far this past year. He's smarter on the ball. He's quick. It looks like he's quicker. He's making clever moves, making those great diagonal runs. Great stuff from Raheem Sterling there. But let's get into the goals. Greg, that first goal. What was going on there?
What Sissoko does is, when the ball comes out from Sterling, which is an incredibly weird ball, an incredibly weak ball, you have to think it's lucky to hit Sissoko at all. When Sissoko sees it, he has to be thinking, with Butland there, Premiership keeper making his debut, you have to think Rodgers has told them, fire it at him, test him.
On the flip side, meanwhile, every Liverpool fan, as the ball is falling to Alex Sissoko, is screaming, "No! Don't hit it! Don't waste it!"
And he screamed it.
Yeah.
He screamed it, and it goes off of Shawcross. It's an own goal, and it goes in. And of course, you celebrate. It's an goal in the opening 5 minutes at the Britannia.
Yep, and I guess that's the second time Alex Sissoko has done something weird in the final third, and it's led to a goal. The first being that super cross to Suarez, who headed it home from 18 against Norwich. I guess, replacing Jose Enrique in the side, it's only fitting that Liverpool's left back is just totally insane and doesn't make any sense, right? Because Liverpool don't deserve a stable left back at this point.
It's a lone move. We can't get too upset at it.
Yeah.
Then you get to the second goal, and in between there you have all of this physical play, all of these corners won by Stoke, and not a single one converted by 10 million Charlie Adam.
Yeah, I guess that was Fergie's biggest troll move ever, aside from appointing David Moyes as his successor, was saying Charlie Adam's corners are worth 10 million alone, and then Liverpool going out and buying them for around that fee. I don't remember what it was exactly, but it was still
7 mil, 6 mil.
Yeah, it was about probably 6 mil more than he deserved. But going back to what you were saying, I think Liverpool only had 2 corners in the game. Stoke had 11. Stoke took on was 51 crosses this game. 51 crosses. They only completed 12 of them. And then, in terms of aerial duels, Liverpool were just getting bombarded. They only won 14 out of the 48 possible aerial duels in the game.
It's a little bit weird when you see how when Stoke
14 of the 38.
When you see Stoke, you've always thought, okay, they're a tough side, they're a physical side, they're going to win the ball, they're going to play, they're going to press you, they're going to make you work for everything. Right. And you know what? That's an admirable thing from a side, but it was unattractive, and it's why Pulis was sacked at the end of the year. Right. It was because, yes, we're grateful for what you did, but we want to play a more attractive game. And Hughes comes in. Right. Hughes doesn't exactly play an attractive style, but I'm sure he plays a more attractive style than Pulis.
Right.
But this was a Pulis style performance from Stoke.
Absolutely.
And it was the most infuriating thing. And you have to think at that point, oh God, how are we going to get anything out of this?
But let's talk about the second goal.
And the second goal is the long ball. It was a Pulis.
It was a hoof from Skirtle that actually led to something productive.
It was a Pulis like Stoke goal.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, against Stoke.
But all the credit in the world to Suarez for always chasing, never stopping to get possession, always looking for a chance. And the finish was brilliant too. That was not an easy goal. To me, that was a world-class goal from Suarez, and a typical Luis Suarez goal at that one, always chasing, always having his nose in the middle of the play. Now, on the third goal, what the hell happened there? It was Peter Crouch, right?
Well, Crouch scored it, but where I have a problem is Suarez not closing down on Tovic after he goes onto his favorite foot. You know, he comes in, you have Suarez closing him off coming in, but when he goes back, he's got his favored right foot on the left side, and he crosses it into Crouch. You know, you can't. It's tough to defend against Crouch when he's that tall.
The thing is, for me at least, when Stoke are going out here like attempting 51 crosses, and most of them were in the direction of Peter Crouch, to not immediately get a body on him to pressure him as soon as the attack is in the final third, that was kind of just lazy offsided defense in my mind. Can't make much of it. And then on the fourth goal,
you really have to start me on this
one.
Yeah,
talk about the fourth goal, Greg.
Nobody closes down. Why does Skirtle not close down Adam? Why does Skirtle show him onto his left side?
Exactly. Inviting him to shoot with his left foot. He's a lefty.
And what really pissed me off was that how many times did Adam shoot from midfield against us?
Yeah,
for us.
But the thing is, we lost the battle in midfield there.
It was infuriating. Adam does very well, and you have to give him credit because it's an absolute blinder of a goal.
Strike, yeah.
Great strike. He deserves all the credit in the world for it. It's just infuriating from my perspective because I'm used to him in a Liverpool shirt shooting from half distance for no frickin' reason.
Oh yeah, I mean, if he attempted that shot as a Liverpool player, it'd be in Rosie, and we'd be laughing at him. But no, great goal from Charlie Adam. Going into the half.
Laughing, I'd be screaming.
Well, and now going to the half after being up 2-0, it's 2-2. You must be shocked if you're Liverpool. If you're Stoke, it's like, we have them right where we want them, right, boys?
Well,
Let's grind out the straw, maybe nab a win.
We had a debate at halftime over what the team talk is there,
right.
And to an extent, this is the fact that we came back to win when being 2-0 up, going to 2-2 at the half. Is a real show of character by this side, and a real show of composure from them.
We went out and won 3-1 in the second half.
Yes, and you have to think that deep down in there, you have Rodgers he either screamed at a few people, or he either just told the entire team, "Look, calm it down. We're going to be fine."
And he had Sturridge to unleash.
Well, of course, he had a 30-minute cameo for Sturridge.
He definitely had a card to play in there.
He had a trump card to win the game.
He did.
All he needed was to get into a winning position and play that. But regardless, he just says, "Look, calm it down. Let them play their game.
Right.
Just keep it down.
Yeah.
Don't do anything stupid."
We played some pretty good football in spells in the first half too. But moving on to the next goal, Raheem Sterling, right? The penalty.
I think it's a penalty.
I mean, it's soft. There is contact there.
He goes down easily.
But it's a penalty, and you could call it a penalty. Liverpool have been screwed over just the entire season in terms of Luis Suarez getting mugged in the box, not getting anything. If Suarez does that same exact move that Sterling did there, it's not called. It's considered a dive. But
Mark
Sterling
had his leg over his thigh. It was thigh over thigh. It's how do you put it?
I mean, it's a soft penalty. We'll take it.
It's obstruction. It's a penalty every day of the week.
But now on the fourth goal, if we talk about that, that was the flick off, the layoff from Sturridge. We saw Sturridge come on for Coutinho. I'm not really sure how Coutinho, Suarez, and Sturridge are going to play together because we really haven't seen them play together much aside from going through at the back. But Sturridge comes on, great layoff to Suarez, world-class finish as well.
This is where Sturridge comes on for Coutinho on what, 70?
65.
65. He comes in, he facilitates that pass, holds it up well, gets it off to Suarez on the edge of the box, who fires it in past Butland into the far corner. It's a beautiful goal, and that is the point where you really feel sorry for Jack Butland. That is the point where you really feel sorry. For
I'm not going to feel sorry for any Stoke City player. Excuse me.
He's a 20-year-old. Hey, wait. He's a debutant. He was not a full Stoke player at that point.
He's still a Stoke player.
Well, here's the thing. You have to feel sorry for him at that point because he's a 20-year-old. This is his Premiership debut, and he's going up against Daniel Sturridge, Luis Suarez,
and you got a fucking 5-star spanking on that
Gerrard,
ass too.
Coutinho, Henderson, the likes of that.
Yeah.
And you're facing them in your Premiership debut.
Right.
You have to feel so sorry for him at that point.
But enough pity for Jack Butland because that was a great goal from Suarez and Sturridge. I had an SAS-gasm, as did everybody else. But then Jonathan Walters brings them back.
That's the point where they started screaming Premier League Classic on there. It's like 4-3. Walter's shot is Mignolet should make that save. After all the great saves he makes, he
it kind of goes under his left hand. It's weak.
He has one of those infuriating moments, much like what happened against City, except, it wasn't in the air and it wasn't a one-on-one chance.
Right.
He really should make the save. It goes right underneath his left arm.
But, it was all fine in the end because Daniel Sturridge went out and got us, a fifth goal.
With yet another moment where you feel sorry for the kid.
The ball played to Sturridge was fantastic. Butland makes a great save. And Sturridge he used every part of his body except for his hands. It was on his leg. It was on his head. Then he volleyed it home. Great finish from Sturridge. Liverpool win 4-3. Home and home. And I guess moving past this game, these are the kinds of games that Liverpool need to be winning if they're serious about Champions League. This game last year, Liverpool don't win. They lose 3-1 like they did last year at the Britannia.
It's a show of growth. It's a show of mental stability. It's the show of a young side progressing together.
Right.
We've made the right move. We got through a tough spell. Right. We got through. We went into the half at 2-2 from 2-0 up. Yeah. And we showed the mental strength to get through that game.
And if you want to take a snapshot of what a team how you want your team to play, playing against Stoke City necessarily isn't the best way. But we went out there and played some good passing football in spells, and ultimately we had to get a little bit dirty against Stoke. But they came away with a 5-3 win. A 5-3 win. Who would have thought the game would end 5-3 starting out? That is an insane match, insane fixture. I'm very proud of Liverpool for this one.
And you have to think here, we're going to look back on this game fondly.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, fucking hell. Fucking hell. That was like, that was...
It was madness, but I am happy that Liverpool have responded from those...
We're back and forth. We finally get our first Premiership... We'll get our second Premiership win off of those two friggin' losses to City.
Yeah, we lost
Chelsea.
And then we beat Oldham too.
Then we beat Hull and Oldham, and now we're there. This is a third win of the new year. In 3, and we're in 4th after what was a tough run because you had everybody winning. You saw that you had to win this game. Yeah. And we're back and forth.
I think we
42 points.
Villa at home. Villa at home next fixture. Allen and Sacco might be back for that. We're not totally sure, but I think we'll see a full strength Daniel Sturridge there.
I don't think Sacco's back.
Sacco might not be back. So I'm optimistic about Liverpool. We're going to talk in our next video, sort of a mid-season recap for Liverpool, what they need to do beyond. We'll discuss some bigger issues there. But
can I just get one thing off?
Yeah.
Fuck you, NBC Sports Network. Fuck you. Yeah. Fuck you, Jim Beglin. Fuck you, Peter Drury. That was I hate these two fuckers, especially you turncoat Beglin.
Let's hold Greg back. Yeah, nobody likes NBC Sports Network. Although I'm happy that we can watch the game on television.
I'm extremely happy. I just hate these two.
All right, enough of that. Liverpool won 5-3 today.
Thank
God. What do you say?
Fuck you, Stoke.
Yeah, okay. Signing off from now.